Good morning, everybody, and happy Veterans Day. Thank you to all our veterans who, because of your service, I am able to do things like this, like get online and discuss scripture, preach, and go about my day in freedom. And so, thank you so much to our veterans, to those that are serving now. If you are a veteran, thank you. If you know a veteran, thank them. And so just wanted to get that word in this morning. Uh, one of my favorite days because again I just know how much we do owe to the men and women who have served our nation to protect and provide our freedom, and I am very, very grateful. All right, if you want to follow me as we exercise that freedom, we will be back in the 18th chapter of Proverbs, looking beginning in verse 9, and we're looking at a good word here for all of us, and I think in particular as we consider the setting of Solomon addressing his son, something that would be good for all of us to be teaching our children, our grandchildren, the younger generation, and and especially today because so much emphasis in media all around us is put on self, on doing being strong in yourself and relying on your own self. Where Solomon is going to say a truly wise man puts his confidence in the Lord, not in the finances, not in his own strength, not in the things of this world. And beginning in verse 9, he says, He also that is slothful in his work is brother to him that is a great waster. Very straightforward statement. He's saying, don't be lazy, it'll destroy you. I hear I know quite a few people who own various types of businesses or manage businesses, and one of the things they talk about is the poor work ethic among so many of our young people today. And quite frankly, I don't blame the young people for that. It's the parents. It's our responsibility to teach our children the value and the importance of work. And so we need to be, as parents, we need to be mindful of this statement just as much as the young person would. That we teach them that the value, the importance of not being lazy. Verse 10: The name of the Lord is a strong tower; the righteous runneth into it and is safe. Very popular verse. A lot of people know this verse and will quote this verse. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The wise man finds his security in the Lord. It's where he goes for safety, where he goes for guidance. That his confidence is in the Lord, not in his own ability, not in his stock portfolio, not in his bank account, any of those kinds of things. But his confidence is placed in the Lord. The rich man's wealth is his strong city, and as a high wall in his own conceit. And so here Solomon gives us the contrast to that. Either the name of the Lord is our strong tower, he says, but the rich man, he puts his confidence in finances, in his money. And we saw 12, 13 years ago now, 14 years ago, when the stock market had a little mini collapse and many people's portfolios went to nothing. There were numerous accounts of people jumping off the roof of their building, going home and taking the lives of their children and their spouse, and then sitting down and taking their own life simply because in a moment that those riches can be gone. But he says, a wise man, the Lord is his strong tower. Before destruction, the heart of man is haughty, and before honor is humility. Just another way, really, of saying or expanding on what he just said. He said previously that a unwise man, a foolish man, puts his confidence in his riches. Here he's really expanding that some and saying that a foolish man puts his confidence in his own ability, that he'll figure it out. He'll get by in his own strength. But that kind of pride, he says, simply leads to a fall, leads to destruction. He that answereth a matter before he heareth it, it is a folly and a shame unto him. Again, that one's pretty clear what Solomon is saying. Don't jump to conclusions. Wait till don't speak before you have all the information. I'm sure probably many of you has been on forever with a number of different hosts have seen the show Family Feud, and I've seen a number of video clips and different things online where the way they come together to start a question, when two people come up and the question is read and they have to hit the plunger in the middle, that somebody will hit the plunger after just a few words of the question, and then they just have to take some wild, and then when they go to the second guy and they read the rest of the question, it really reveals just how foolish their answer is. Don't jump to conclusions. Take in all the information before you make decisions. He says, the spirit of a man will sustain his infirmity, but a wounded spirit who can bear? Again, we have a proliferation in our society of gyms, of physical fitness locations, and that's good. I think the Bible teaches us to take care of ourselves physically, but wonder what would happen if we spent even a portion of that same time sustaining our spirit, building our spirit, our walk with the Lord, our spiritual life. He says that spirit will sustain you. I think probably if this was some way an open forum where those listening could chime in, and I suppose you can in the comment section. Many would say that there have been times in their life where physically they were just about used up in the hospital, really sick, and but it was their walk with the Lord that gave them strength and saw them through that difficult time. And so he's saying to his young son, be careful. It's fine to lift weights, but you also need to take care of your spirit. And the heart of the prudent getteth knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeketh knowledge. A wise man is always looking for more knowledge, always looking to learn more, especially about things of God, things of the Lord. And this series of Proverbs, again, is very, I think, relevant in our society today, not just for the young people, but for adults as well. Where do we find our security? Where do we find our strength? And what Solomon teaches us in in this series of Proverbs, the only place we can find genuine, permanent, lasting help and strength is in the things of the Lord. And I'll leave you with this question back from what Solomon says to his son in verse 10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. Then in verse 11, the rich man's wealth is his strong city. What is your tower today? What is your strong city? Where are you putting your confidence and your faith? Where do you turn to for strength and protection? Is it in the name of the Lord that is a strong tower, or is it in your wealth, and wealth isn't necessarily just your finances, your own strength, your own abilities. What is our tower today? You think about that, and I hope today you can say your tower, just as Solomon says here, the name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous, he says, runs to it and are safe. Have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.